Alright YouTube, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the JBL Nano that I just put in my 2020 Ram 1500, and basically want to explain how good of an option it is if you don't want to spend too much money. So I've got the 8.4 bass system, just 6 speakers, but I do have the kind of the middle of the road screen. I've already replaced the door speakers in the truck, so all of them, so front and back doors, have been replaced. Crutchfield gave me a good deal on Polk Audio speakers. Not the greatest, but for what I've got in them, pretty happy with them. And then I noticed that even though my highs and mids sounded great, the bass rattled the doors and sounded like garbage. So I didn't like the thought of a box in the back, and the reason why is I'm already, I've got these mats, these heavier duty mats. There's not a lot of space back there. The boxes for this truck are, sorry for the mess, but the boxes for this truck are extremely expensive, the ones I found anyway. And then I didn't just like the idea of throwing a package together. And as you can see, there's some speaker wire back here because I actually had this Nano mounted back here at first. So I ran, I popped all this stuff up, ran it back here, grounded it back here. Sounded pretty good, but I felt like my kids got the majority of the bass, and I didn't like the idea of that. So now it's under the driver's seat. So it's a little messy under there, but I wanted to review kind of what my thoughts are on this thing. And you can see the green lights on right now. I'll go over that in just a minute. So yeah, it's tucked underneath so this thing measures about 10.5 by 7.5, and it's about 3 inches tall. And so under here, this is actually where your active noise cancellation module is, and that's not an amp. If you have the bass system, it'll be a silver box, and I'll show it to you in a minute. And you can actually remove the whole box after you're done splicing in this part, the part that's going to bypass this active noise cancellation. So this is what that looks like. Couple of plugs, and it's screwed into bolted in. 2 bolts. You can remove it after you're done with this. So if you buy this Nano from Crutchfield, which is really your only option besides Amazon through Crutchfield, they are going to send you what you need, or you're going to have the option of buying what you need with it. So this is it under the truck seat. So nice and compact, fits in there nice. The front and back, or the sliding feature of the seat, still works, and you can't see anything from here except for that red wire. So the sub, I use high level inputs, which it comes with here. You can't really see the side right here of the box, but the high level inputs is that wired with the plastic plug on it. There is RCA inputs. I chose the high level. I didn't want to tap into any wires for the RCA. I didn't want any more wires than what I had to have. So this high level input, it worked great. So it's really pretty easy. But so down here, you see there's T-taps here, and then this module, this right here is, it kind of goes right here to right here. That is the part that Crutchfield gives you the option of buying when you buy this to do the active noise cancellation. So it just bypasses the module in general, and then you can T-tap into those. That way you're not T-tapping into your actually, that way if you wanted to take this out, you haven't harmed any of your factory wiring. So you T-tap these. Now I T-tapped the wrong ones at first, so that's why I was going to T-tap the rear, but I went ahead and did the front. So the front is the they actually color match great with the JBL. They're white and gray. The whites are the left, the grays are the rights, and then you're going to run that to the color wire coming out of the JBL that actually is white and gray. So that's pretty, don't overthink it. It's pretty much straight, you know, as easy as it sounds is about as easy as it looks. Now this is time consuming, somewhat, you know, to run your wires and stuff, but there again, it could be a lot worse if you were having to do the sub, the box, the amp, just the entire package. So now once you have this thing installed, now in here, it sounded good back here when you were back here. It did not, I didn't get much sound as the driver, and this is who it's for, right? I mean, we're buying this is our midlife crisis subwoofer that we don't want to rattle windows with. So I got the amp wiring kit also from Crutchfield. I think that's a 12 gauge power wire. And then I just got some AutoZone speaker wire. And then the ground, right? So the ground, I actually used the bolt coming out where that was holding the active noise cancellation module, and just that's where my ground is. So you do not need a remote turn on wire for this unit. It is the speaker wire level input will turn this thing on. It's got an auto turn on feature, and so that's really good. You don't have to run a remote lead. The blue wire that we've always been accustomed to, you don't have to run that. It picks up on your speaker level inputs and turns this thing on automatically. Now, oh, and it comes with this little bass knob. Once I got this thing fine-tuned, I really didn't need the bass knob, but it does come with it. I think I paid close to $300 total for all this, and I mean the module and everything. So the one thing I will say about this is, if you're on the fence about it, buy it. Once you get it tuned, this thing it's awesome. So it has enough bass, clean bass too, to really make this a worthwhile purchase, and especially for like a crew cab truck or something that you don't want to take up a lot of space in. I will say this thing it's got an amp gain, it's got a bass boost, and it's got a low filter, I guess, knob to clean up the bass. And it does take a while to get it tuned into what you want it to be, but like I said, in the end, it's very much worth it. There's no reason for me to show you how it sounds, because it's not going to come through the speaker. You're not going to really know. All I can tell you is if you want a clean install and you want enough bass to outperform where you can turn these door speakers, the bass levels in these door speakers down, this is a worthwhile option. So it's cost effective. It's going to do what it says it's going to do. The reviews are true. This little thing, it does pack a punch, and like I said, you can't even, you know, barely see it down there. It also offers, if you feel like you got everything tuned in, and I apologize for me not being able to show you the dials on it, but I mean, most of y'all have tweaked with stuff like this before, or else you wouldn't probably be looking to do this. So there is also a where it flips the way the sub hits in or out to give you the last little final step in trying to clean up the bass. Now in my situation, I left it on normal, but you can actually 180 it and actually have it firing in to clean up bass, and I understand the need for that too, especially in tight spaces. So, but anyway, this is for the Ram truck. Like I said, I already did the install on the front speakers. That was money well spent, except for the bass. That was my big issue, is that it was, even at like bass level 0, it was rattling these door panels, and it sounded like crap on the inside and the outside. Along with that, you end up, you know, needing that bass, and this thing delivers. And so if anybody's out there, like I said, on the fence about this is a great purchase. It takes probably an hour and a half to get everything ran, especially if you're just going to tuck it underneath your front seat. Now if you're running the wires to the back, you've got to pull additional panels and clean everything up a little nicer. Mine, everything's just balled up underneath here. Just make sure when you install it anywhere that it's not going to touch anything that's going to vibrate. I've got it actually velcroed down so it won't slide back and forth, and it's not touching anything that's going to cause any kind of distortion. Great sounding unit. Like I said, it definitely does the job. So All right, well, this is the end of the review. Hope everybody's having a good summer. Well, it's fixing to be summer, and if this is a project you're looking to do, I would definitely say it's money well spent.